Ladies and gentlemen, what a time to be alive. You are listening live to the College Basketball Discussion Podcast, the inaugural College Basketball Discussion Podcast. You're hearing my voice for the first time. I am not Ben Anderson. I'm sorry to disappoint. I am your host, Alex Freeman, everyone's least favorite admin for some reason. I don't know how that narrative got started. Thanks, Ben. But I am joined today by my two wonderful, beautiful co-hosts, and I want to introduce you to them. First off, we have, if I can pull up my notes here, we have our resident Marine. He is from Nebraska. He has the nickname the Son of Corn. I'm not really sure why. We'll talk to him about that, I guess. Loves the Denver Broncos and How I Met Your Mother, so he's good in my book. We have Mr. Aaron Thrash, ladies and gentlemen.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Aaron? How you doing? Whoops.
I'm good. Just got back from the gym. Got a good shoulder day in. Ready to get this started.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. And then also joining me is our resident alcoholic. We've learned a lot about Bragan in the last few days. He has a neighbor across the hall that is apparently his best friend named Dan, some old man. I'll let him explain himself here in a minute, but he once dated a girl named Kelly. That would have been weird. His his voice is about 30 octaves lower than mine, but he can't legally buy alcohol yet. It's Bragan Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell of an intro. I like it.
What up, man?
Dude, I'm really excited for this. I'm glad we could get this together. I think it was a great idea and great execution. Hopefully we can follow through with this.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. So, so this is the big reveal, guys. This is what we're doing. We are doing a podcast. I know someone predicted that. I'm not sure who offhand. If it was you right there who predicted it, then good for you, man. You got it. So we are doing a podcast. We want to do this on a regular basis, especially in the season. In the off season, we're not sure how much exactly we're going to do it, but that'll come with time. I want this to be something that we don't bore you with in the off season. I want stuff to actually talk about when we do it, and we're not just going to put out shows for the sake of putting out shows. So our off season schedule is still to be determined, but basically how I envision it for when we get into the regular season. I'd like to do this weekly. We're going to have a rotation of co-hosts. As you might see, obviously, I'm only joined by Bragan and Aaron. You may wonder where the others are. We've got, we don't have Ben Anderson here. He is going for the longest grocery run in the history of the world right now. Chaz is saving babies from a burning building. Drew is out donating things to charity, and Dan is playing a clown in a birthday party. So that's what my sources tell me. In all honesty, we were supposed to be joined by Ben Anderson today. He had a family issue that he had to attend to. It's with heavy hearts that we say, hope everything is well, Ben, and hope everything gets well, and we'll see you for the next one, dude. We're basically going to, ideas for this podcast. We want to focus on the games, the players, teams to watch out for. We don't want to, give you all this scandal crap that all these other shows give you. The college basketball podcasts around here, they all just want to cash in on these scandals everyone's talking about. We want to be something different. We want to be, fun, have a loose, fun atmosphere for you guys. We want to make it about the group too. So there might be times when we have group members come on as well and present their ideas, stuff like that. Guest co-host, things every now and then like that. Personal goal of mine once we get started in the season here, I would love to mention every school at least once in the regular season, because there's so many times when so many people think the NCAA is 65 schools and that's it. There's 351. I think that's actually expanding next season, but we'll get into that on a future show. So I would love to mention every school at least once, but kind of the agenda for today, what we're doing is we want to talk about the NBA draft from the college basketball perspective. We want to get, guys' names out there, where we think they're going. Are they staying? Are they going? Draft order, predictions. You'll see it all. And we're going to get into it momentarily here, I guess. First off, I guess let's go over the timeline of events for the NBA draft. If we have those pulled up. If not, let's get it pulled up. So I know Aaron is our kind of resident draft expert here. That's why I'm really excited to have him on. He's been killing it with the draft coverage, at least in our private message group, and the transfers and everything. So I wanted to thank you for that, Aaron. You've been killing it, man. So
I'm doing what I can with what I got. That's all I do.
We appreciate it. So do you happen to know the dates offhand as far as like when guys can come back or when they can declare by?
So June 21st is the official draft date. By May 30th, all the early entrants that are not seniors, like the guys who didn't hire an agent, they have until May 30th to withdraw their name. Some of the guys that didn't get invited to the combine, like, for example, James Palmer, Isaac Cope. There was another one we talked about that didn't get invited that we couldn't figure out why, but those are the two off the top of my head, obviously. They have until May 30th to withdraw their name from the combine. May 20th is the last day of the combine. I've been keeping track of it over the past couple days. Some guys are killing their stock right now. Both the Martin brothers are killing their stock, from what I can tell. DiVincenzo's tearing it up right now.
He is. My God.
He has the highest vertical. He's showing he can be a two-way guard, a legitimate combo guard in the league. We've
discussed this, and I think he's probably gone. So we weren't sure
likely
if he was gone, but yeah.
Spellman is still up in the air. The one thing about Nova, somebody brought it up on the combine coverage the other day. The thing about Nova is Jay Wright implements a system kind of like Duke. They implement a winning culture. And you notice that with who's that Ryan the guard who from the tournament. Huh?
Arcidiacono?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Arcidiacono.
Boom.
The other Italian.
Yes.
I aced the vocab test. So
I don't know where Jay Wright's getting all these Italian kids at, but they're tearing it up.
They are, man. Yeah.
He's in Chicago. He's in Chicago right now. He's doing well. Not on the regular roster, but he's doing well in the G League, from what I can tell. Josh Hart, he was one of the steals in the draft, in my opinion. He started, I would say, a quarter of the games for the Lakers, and he proved his worth. He was probably
a steal. Didn't they get him in the second round?
They did.
I think he was the last pick of the first, wasn't he? Or was he?
He might have been. I know he's right around there.
He was in the second.
He was a steal, though. My God, the Lakers drafted so good.
They did. Kuzma.
Outside Lonzo. Lonzo was just...
Well, you don't like Lonzo?
No.
He's a Celtics fan.
Why does anybody actually like... No, it's not even...
Oh, yeah. So these two are Celtics fans. These two are Celtics fans. I'm kind of neutral. I don't really pay much attention to the NBA. College is my thing. That's primarily what's going on. But obviously...
whoever's winning.
Wait, I do?
Yeah.
No, come on.
Heard you're a Warriors fan right now.
No, dude.
Give it 5 years.
But to answer your question, Alex, that's all the timelines. So the draft is the June 21st. A date everyone has to withdraw by May 30th, or they go overseas, or they figure out a way to play professionally, essentially.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. What was I going to say? This is going great. First podcast, I'm just going to be upfront with you guys. This is going to be messy. It's going to be, a bit unorganized. We'll get better at this. And I know we have a great audience built in, and, we thank you guys for sticking around with us.
The community in the group is very good. I like the community a lot.
It's the best it's ever been. You know,
Exactly.
I've been in this group for 4 years. It hasn't been anything like this before. We have, you know, Ben has made a huge impact in the group. I don't want to just single one person out, but Ben's made a huge impact in the group, just getting people involved. Bringing on Aaron and Dan and Bragan has been wonderful. You guys have been killing it. We have the strongest mod squad we've ever had, and I'm really looking forward to the futures. So we wanted to give you guys something, you know, to look forward to in season. We wanted to add to this experience as much as we can. You know, I invested some money in some podcast equipment. That's why I sound the way I sound, is because of this wonderful microphone that I have, and Bragan too. He's got a, you know, majestic voice, and it's so nice that you can hear him at its full capacity with his new microphone as well. So
I'm
Yeah,
cheap.
well,
I'm
the
not-
reason I sound the way that I sound is genetics, not the microphone.
yeah, I actually need help with my voice because I have such a womanly voice that
Yeah,
I
we
need a
know.
good microphone to help me. So, you know.
He's actually using like the Darth Vader app, but his voice still sounds like that right now.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say to kind of the group. All right. Well, one thing I did want to go over is the notable seniors that are leaving us next season, because, you know, every year there's so many players that don't get highlighted because they didn't declare early. And that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be mentioned, you know, because we hear all this stuff about these kids that go early in the draft, but you never hear about the seniors declaring because they can't declare. They're just kicked out of school. It's like, your eligibility's up, dude. See ya. Go have fun wherever you go. So I did want to mention the seniors. Obviously, it's a bit of a sad time that we won't hear some of these names anymore. So if you guys will, you know, hang your heads and listen to some of the names that we won't be hearing next season, we're just gonna go for it here, okay? Oh God, this is stupid. So Arizona, they are losing Dusan Ristich. Dusan loves Tucson. Rest in peace. And Keanu Pinder as well. Arizona State is losing Trey Holder and Shannon Evans. Arkansas losing Daryl Macon. Baylor is losing a ton. They're losing Terry Matson. Joe Lewell. Help me out, guys.
I'm not even gonna try.
Joe. This is Joe.
Joe Lewell Achul. Manu
by a street name.
LeCompte. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. And Nuni Omont. Boise State is losing Chandler Hutchinson. Bucknell, everyone's favorite tournament team, they're losing Onana, what's my name, Fowland, and Zach Thomas. Butler is losing Tyler Weidman and Keelan Martin. Cal is losing. Oh my God, did my sad music just drop? Did my sad music literally just have a drop in it? Yeah, I just got this like 10 minutes ago. How did that
was the
happen?
saddest one of all.
Cal's losing Marcus Lee. You may remember him from his Kentucky days. He's gone. Cincinnati is losing Gary Clark and Kyle Washington. Clemson's losing Gabe DeVoe and Dante Grantham. Colorado State is losing everyone's favorite Chi Bob. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. The dude just killed it on the box scores. I just wanted to mention him. So Creighton is losing the timeless wonder of Marcus
my
Foster.
God.
Dude's been relevant for an entire lifetime. Davidson's losing Peyton Aldridge. May his giant box scores rest in peace. I loved watching him play. I don't know if he's going to make the league, but wow, I'm going to miss him. Guy I'm not going to miss, Grayson Allen. Can we just stop the sad music for a second? This is not sad. This is not sad at all. Why did you stay 4 years? You didn't need to. You hurt your draft stock. I don't know what you were thinking, Grayson. You should have left 2 years ago. You have tormented us for too long, and good riddance.
It's not even that he's that good of a player. He's just a dick.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. Like, you know, I don't know. I think I might have told you guys this, but truthfully, I was not a Duke hater until the reason I started hating Grayson Allen was because the dude just played so selfishly. The dude would go and try to dunk when he had no business dunking, and there's three guys in the lane, and like I'm like, that is so selfish. So I just started hating Grayson, and I had to hate Duke because of it. But that was before all the tripping. Oh my God. But it's funny because I know there's so many Duke haters out there. There's also people who like Duke, and that's cool. But I actually realized this, over these last couple of years, how much fun it is to hate Duke. Like, there's such a community behind it,
Yes.
And I didn't get it before, but now I do. And I don't know if I'll continue to hate Duke. I go into every season with an open mind. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm adopting Oregon next year. Like, oh my God. We'll get into
Calm
that
down.
later, but
Calm down.
See, he likes whoever's winning.
what's that?
You just like whoever's winning.
No, I
I
like
said earlier.
well-built teams. There's nothing
we'll
wrong
see.
with that. All right, let's continue with the seniors, but good riddance, Gracie.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Didn't know what?
Colorado State, Preston Nixon, he's going to Iowa State. I'm looking through the grad transfer list. I didn't know that he's going to Iowa State.
I don't know who that is. All right. No, I mean, hey, it's all good. So, all right. Eastern Washington. What podcast is going to mention Eastern Washington out there, guys? Not your what's the guy coach and what's the ESPN one?
Nope.
They got
I stay
rid
away
of,
from everything.
I try to tune them out at this point.
I stay
They
away
got
from
rid of
everything ESPN.
they got rid of
I'm
Katz.
100% with that.
When they got rid of Andy Katz like that, oh my God, it went so downhill.
Yes.
Greenberg, right?
Yeah. Seth Greenberg.
Yeah, Seth Greenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's Greenberg and Dockich. Oh my God, you talk about a combo of two of the worst people in college basketball.
I thought
Yeah.
you liked Dockich.
No. But yeah, I mean, Greenberg and Dockich. Good Lord. Yeah. So that's you're not going to hear Eastern Washington on Greenberg and Dockich. I'm sorry, sad music drop. You were getting played a ton. But Eastern Washington is losing. I hope I get this right. Bogdan Bliznyuk. He was a dude that just lit up box scores. I think he might have averaged 20 points. So hope he finds some good time overseas. He deserves it. So East Tennessee State losing DeSanta Bradford. Florida is losing Igor Kulichov, the transfer from Elon, I believe. Chris Chioza and John Egbunu. Florida Gulf Coast. Dunk City is losing Brandon Goodwin and Christian Terrell. Florida State's losing Phil Kofer. George Washington is losing Yuta Watanabe. Yeah, am I saying that right? I think. I don't know.
Just you're good. You're good.
One.
No, I just don't know if anyone knows who that is, but he put up numbers, I guess. So, Georgia is losing Yante Mayton. Georgia Tech is losing Tadrick Jackson and Ben Lammers. Gonzaga is losing Silas Melson and Jonathan Williams. Houston, oh my God.
Oh,
guys,
God.
I might shed a tear here. Rob Gray. Oh, you had to drop right, Ben. Don't get hyped for that. Are you serious? Rob Gray, the best man bun. The best man bun college basketball's ever seen. Truthfully.
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah.
Gray.
I blame him for the hole in my wall.
Wait, is there a story
Wait.
there?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys this.
Oh, okay. What?
So we
Story
were
time.
having a tournament party at my apartment, and it was when Michigan was playing against Houston. Of course, I had Houston in my Final Four because the man bun.
Mm-hmm.
And when what's his name? God, who was it that hit the shot from Michigan?
Oh, Jordan Poole.
Oh God.
Yes, Poole. When Poole hit that shot, I just immediately wanted to punch something. So I turned around and I went to punch a flag because in my current mental state at the time, I thought if I punched a flag, it wouldn't hurt the wall. It hurt the wall pretty bad.
Was it that heavy of a flag or what?
No, it really wasn't.
I don't even want to get into the science of that, but who you should be mad at is what's his face? Devin Davis, wasn't it? Who was
guy-
the dude that missed the free throws?
I forgot. Yeah.
I think like Devin Davis or Daryl Davis. I don't know. That dude is dead
It
to
was
me.
Davis.
I don't even care what his name is, but yeah, he missed. God, he missed the free throws, dude. And Houston had so many chances to win that game. Good Lord.
They did.
Yeah. All right,
Moving
Man
on.
Bun. Is he going to get taken in the draft? Man Bun.
I'm not seeing him anywhere. I don't
That's
even
a
think
shame.
I don't even think he got invited to combine, to be honest.
That's a real shame.
I
he'll
can see
probably
someone
be
taking a flyer in the second.
probably be a G
Late-
League
late
warrior,
end.
but I hope he works his way to league. Love Rob Gray. I'll miss him dearly. All All right, moving on. Indiana is losing Josh Newkirk and Robert Johnson.
Good riddance.
Kansas. What's that?
Good riddance.
Good. Yeah, the Nebraska fan. Okay, so Kansas is losing Devontae Graham and Steve Mikhailuk. Arguably, arguably.
But unfortunately, Perry Ellis still has 4 more years of eligibility.
Oh my God, a Perry Ellis joke. I love it. That's genius.
I'm not even. Yeah.
You didn't have to play sad music for this one, man.
I was going to say that Graham and Mikhailuk, arguably the best senior tandem in college basketball. I know Ben will argue Carter and what's his face from West Virginia.
The fact that you said what's his face just completely puts that down the drain.
Daxter Miles.
Thank you. I was getting to what's his face. Like that'll be down on list. I'm going in alphabetical order by school, so that'll be down there. But for my money, arguably the best tandem, senior tandem, especially in college basketball.
Svi broke my heart. Svi broke my heart in that game at PBA. He broke my heart.
Yeah, that happens, man.
I know. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, Long Beach State. You're not going to hear them mentioned on Greenberg and Dockich. They're losing Gabe Levin. I think he was another dude that averaged about 20 points. Probably have a good career overseas. Louisville losing Quinn Snyder and Anas Mahmoud. Loyola, everyone's favorite, Sister Jean, man. Sister Jean is having to say goodbye to some of the horses that brought him there. Dante Ingram, Ben Richardson, Andre Jackson, all gone. So that's going to hurt next year. Probably not, everyone's saying, oh, yeah, they're going to be in the top 25 next year. No, they're not. Sorry. Shocked to see this one. Dwop Reith, LSU, gone, senior. I love Dwop Reith. Always have, always will. He's probably going to end up in some, Scandinavian league, but good dude. Good dude for sure.
Hey, he can pull turkey.
What?
He could get in the Turkish league.
Oh, okay.
Had to completely throw him down to Scandinavian league, man.
I took that in
harsh.
such a literal sense that I saw him just, beheading turkeys with his fists. Like, I'm like, wow. Because he could pull. I'm just going to move on.
Sounds like a ritual.
Andrew Rousey, Marquette, 3-point machine. Probably will just, end up somewhere and just shoot threes for the rest of his life. Good for him. Ott Elmore. Y'all know Ott Elmore?
I remember him in the tourney again. They put him in the tourney against West Virginia.
They did. And the dude is like, there was another Elmore, and if Ben was here, he would kill it on this. But Ott Elmore, he's the dude that everyone was memeing the heck out of because he looked like he was 48.
Yeah.
He averaged like 0.2 points. I still put him in here just for the jokes, though. So go look up Ott Elmore, and you'll see just a grandpa playing college basketball. It's great. Jared Nickens, Michael Tchaikovsky from Maryland. See you later. Jaquan Newton, Miami. Sorry, bud. Your eligibility's up. Michigan, Dan's school of choice. I say of choice because he made the wrong one. But they are losing Muhammad Ali Abdur Rahman. Bless you. Thank you. Get it? Because he has a long name, so it sounds like I sneezed. Anyway. And they're losing Duncan Robinson as well. Michigan State, my school, of course, and Drew's school, the school that is the right choice. They're losing Ben Carter, Lou Rawls, Tum Tum Naren, and Gavin Schilling. Middle Tennessee, wow, how fitting that those two are together, right? Ha, 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 make all the jokes you want. Go for it. They are losing Nick King, Giddy Potts, and Brandon Walters. Minnesota is losing Nate Mason and Reggie Lynch. Missouri, that would be Bragan's school. You're losing Cassius Robertson.
We're not missing him.
What's that?
We're not missing anybody.
Well, Cassius Robertson and Jordan Barnett. Those aren't they aren't pushovers, dude. They're pretty good. So
Geist is gone too.
Who?
Jordan Geist. He was a starting guard.
Did he transfer?
No, he's gone.
Did I just miss him?
I think so.
Oh, well, I missed. Okay, this isn't a complete list. This is guys that I chose to put in there, I guess. So. I don't have a science down. Come on, give me a break. Missouri State, they're losing Elise Johnson, or maybe Alize Johnson. I don't know how to pronounce that. And they're losing Tanvir Bular. You may know his brother Sim. He played in the NBA for a minute. Is my sad music done? Oh, we got to start it over. Hang on. We can't go on without the sad music, guys.
Oh, I'm dumb. Geist was a junior. It just feels like he's been here forever because he's that terrible to watch.
Okay, cool.
Well then.
He's just an eyesore.
Sorry to hear that.
Me too.
Okay, so Murray State. Murray State's losing Jonathan Stark and Terrell Miller Jr. NC State, they're losing the Freeman brothers, my third cousins. I hope you do well, guys. Leonard Freeman and Alaric Freeman. They aren't brothers, I don't think. I think it's a coincidence, right?
Nah, I don't.
I think it's a total
I really
coincidence. Don't know. All right, Nebraska's losing Anton Gill and Evan Taylor. Obviously, Nebraska is, Aaron's school.
Yeah.
Son of corn.
Hey, why do they call you the son of corn anyway?
Because he's from Nebraska.
No, but is that like a movie reference that I don't get?
It's just whenever people think about Nebraska, they think of corn.
I know that, but what's like the son of corn? I don't get it.
I have no idea. They just started.
He's Nebraska's favorite son. He's the son of corn.
Yeah. I think that's just a name that Ben gave you, and it kind of stuck, and I don't really get it.
It did.
But, all right.
It's better than Children of the Corn.
See, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, is this a movie reference I'm not getting? All right. Nevada is losing only Kendall Stevens, and they could be getting the Martin brothers back. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Also, if you haven't already, Aaron, while I'm doing this, if you could pull up the underclassmen that are in kind of the draft process, the draft combine, that'd be great.
Yeah, I got it.
And if you could message that to me. We're doing some, we don't have everything prepared, guys. We're doing live stuff here. So this is just going for it, man. New Mexico State losing Jamario Jones. I think he was another one that averaged 20 or 100 points or something like that. Those New Mexico State guys, man, they can ball. At least one of them can a year. North Carolina losing Theo Pinson and Joel Berry. Northwestern losing Scotty Lindsey and Bryant McIntosh. Notre Dame, Bragan's other school, which I'm still confused why you have two schools and you can't commit, but
Okay, do you want to go over this now? Is that what you want to do?
I mean, if you want to go, if you'd like to explain it, I won't be against it.
I mean, granted, I'm an Irishman and they're the Fighting Irish. I think it's only appropriate.
Okay. I mean, whatever works. Is this music too low?
No, I feel like it should be louder because you're about to say Bonzi Colson. Just turn it up and let me get a good cry out here, please.
Okay. Well,
just don't look at me.
I won't look at you. They are losing Matt Farrell, Martinez Gebbin, and Bonzi Colson. All right. You okay, man?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Alex, I just sent it.
What up? Thank you, man. Okay. Oakland, the school that everyone forgets about. Kendrick Nunn, Martez Walker, gone. See ya. Ohio State, good riddance to Jay Sean Tate, Andrew Dockett, Cam Williams. If there's one thing...
I like Jay Sean. Jay Sean was actually... I liked watching him. But yeah, the rest I don't care.
If there's one thing the Mod Squad can agree on, it's no thank you, Ohio State. I'm
Pretty
sorry
much.
to the Ohio State fans in the group. I know we have some. We definitely have some.
We
Who am
have-
I missing?
We have at least one.
We do, and I feel bad.
I forget his name, but I know we have at least one.
Luke Geiger.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, Luke Geiger. I'm sorry, Luke. You stand on an island by yourself with Ohio State. Hopefully they get better in about 100 years when I'm dead. Moving on. Oklahoma losing Kadeem Latin. About time. You've been in school for 100 years. Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State. Gone. See ya. DeAndre Burnett. Ole Miss. Bye. Caleb Wood. Penn. You're an Ivy Leaguer. See ya. Penn State. Shep Gardner. We'll have to talk about him. I don't know. Does he have any draft prospects?
Chef, no. He was undersized as a two guard, so no. He was
That's a
good.
shame. He could ball in college, man.
He could. I like Shep,
Yeah.
but no, he's too small for the two guard, and he doesn't have the ball handling to be a one guard.
Right. Yeah. Amir Bell, Princeton, gone. See ya. Providence losing a few guys. Ronnie Bullock, Jalen Lindsey, Kyron Cartwright. I'm sure that Ed, what's his face, What's their coach name? Ed something, right?
No clue.
Really? I don't know Providence's coach, although I don't. But
yeah, exactly. Hold on.
Ed Cooley. Ed Cooley. All I could think of was that's
Cooley.
That's right.
Wait,
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that is him. Okay, I swear to God, I thought that was like the football coach or something. I'm like, did I just do that? No, Ed Cooley. Yeah. Sorry guys, I've been out of it for a while, but yeah, Ed Cooley will get that program back. All I could think of was the bald spot, which I still don't understand how he has that, but someone will obviously explain that to me, I'm sure.
It's a solar panel.
Oh my God. All right, Purdue. Wow, I forgot Purdue was losing so much. P.J. Thompson, Vincent Edwards, Dakota Mathias, Isaac Haas. That hurts.
Yeah, they
Wow.
they retooled with their grad transfer they picked up from where'd he come from? I have the list pulled up. He came from Dartmouth. Evan, I'm not even gonna try.
Nothing good has ever come out of Dartmouth, so I don't anticipate that'll work out.
They still have Carson Edwards. Carson Edwards is he's gonna show out this year. I'm excited to watch him have his own team.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't declare.
He's 6'1". He's a little bit. I think he's 200. The reason he's testing the waters right now, he actually got invited to the combine, but I anticipate him coming back because he's undersized as a one guard. He needs to show he can lead a team. He was their leading scorer last year, yes, but him and Vincent Edwards, they kind of had a lot of options last year with Mathias, both the Edwards and Haas.
Mm-hmm. Really, when you look at P.J. Thompson, Vincent Edwards, the Edwards brothers and Mathias, all of them can shoot. I mean, Purdue was basically a team that could just drain as many threes as they wanted, and then they had two giant rim protectors. You know, I mean, they were built well. You know,
yes.
And they just signed two more big guys.
Did they really?
Yeah, they got a couple 3-star centers.
Yeah,
I think they got a 3-star guard as well.
It was a 4-star. I forget his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Matt Painter has a system in place, and I guess he's going to stick with it. You know, you get that whole, like the old Villanova style, the 4 guards and 1 giant dude. You know, like that's I guess what he's going for.
I'm excited to see Hair Harms take a step forward this year. I need to figure out what he does with his hair, but am I wrong?
No, dude, no. I mean that is some majestic hair. I mean, how does that guy not get every girl's number on the Purdue campus? You know, that's what I want.
You're saying that he doesn't?
No, I'm saying how I don't know.
Want to test him?
Words are hard, okay?
He'd probably get your number if you were on campus.
He probably would. Yeah. I mean, I'd totally give him my number, you know? Let's go on a date or something.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen his hair? I mean, come on.
I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's a defensive guy. I hate watching him against me. The time they played Nebraska, I watched that game. I hated his guts. He's one of those guys that will clap in your face, scream, and you just hate him. He's full of energy. If he can develop an offensive game, I think by his senior year he can be better than Haas, and that's a stretch. But you have to remember Haas wasn't good on the defensive end. He only averaged like 6 rebounds a game. He could score. He had every post move in the book, but he only averaged 6 points a game.
Definitely dangerous. So. We do have to keep it moving here.
You're good.
I didn't realize how long this would take. No, it's fine. I'm having fun. Trust me. But like, oh my God, I didn't realize how long this would take. E.C. Matthews, Stanford Robinson, Gerald Terrell, Rhode Island. See ya. Deshaun Freeman, my other third cousin, Rutgers. See you later, man. You were the only good thing Rutgers ever had.
Corey Sanders.
Deshaun.
They had Eric LeGrand.
That's true. They did have Eric LeGrand. Shout outs if you know that. Shavar Newkirk, St. Joseph's. Sorry, bud, you're gone. St. Mary's losing a lot. Emmett Nahr, Calvin Hermanson, Jock Landale, Cullen Neal. 4 big names, all out of there. San Diego State, Malik Pope, Trey Kell. Jesus, it seemed like they were there forever. You're gone too. Seton Hall, jeez, this is getting. I mean, these guys are losing a lot. I know. Kadeen Carrington, Desi Rodriguez, Angel Delgado, all gone. SMU, Ben Imigalu, gone. South Dakota State is losing Reed Tellinghausen. St. Bonaventure losing Matt Mobley, my boy, Matt Mobley. Man, Loved watching him play. Jalen Adams as well. Two great players. Hope they do well. St. John's. Why did the drop have to come in there? St. John's. I don't even know. Bashir Ahmed? Sure. You're a guy. TCU. Vladimir Brodziansky and Kendrick Williams. See you later. Texas Tech. Zach Smith. Keenan Evans. Bye-bye. Tony Trocha Morales. Texas A&M. You're gone too. Chima Monecki. Thomas Welsh. Oh, shoot. Chima Monecki. UC Davis. Gone. Thomas Welsh. UCLA. In other words, that one white dude, according to LeVar Ball. You're gone too, buddy. Jarius
White
Lyles.
guys don't win championships, apparently.
Is that what he said? I knew he said something like that. Jarius Lyles and KJ Mora from UMBC.
Lyles I like.
Dude.
I do like Lyles.
I like Lyles a lot.
We'll talk Lyles in a bit here. Jordan McLaughlin, Elijah Stewart, USC. See you later. Vanderbilt losing a lot. Matthew Fisher Davis, Jeff Roberson, Riley LeChance. VCU's losing Justin Tillman. Vermont losing Traybell Haynes and Drew Urquhart. I don't know how to pronounce that, but both of them lit up the box score. Some school named Virginia. Have you guys ever heard of this Virginia school?
No.
They any good?
I don't know. I never heard of them either. Devin Hall and Isaiah Wilkins. I guess you'll go find a burger joint to work at. Justin Bibbs, Virginia Tech. I think that's Ben's other school. Sorry, he's gone too. Wake Forest, Mitchell Wilbekin. You're gone. Here we go. We get to this West Virginia school. Hey,
That
Ben.
one.
How's it going?
Yeah. Hey.
Javon Carter and some dude named Daxter Miles Jr., a.k.a. some dude that I forgot earlier. You're gone. Maybe the biggest casualty of them all.
Wichita State.
Wichita State, man. Rashard Kelly, Zach Brown, Darrell Willis Jr., Shaq Morris, Connor Frankep. Go open up a law firm because, my God, you got enough bodies to do it. You're all gone. Holy cow. The
Connor
fall of
Frankkamp
Wichita
has
State's
been
happening.
in school for 6 years, it seems.
Yeah, he's
11.
another one like
11.
that.
And he looks like he's been in school for 30.
15.
Well,
yeah.
him and Perry Ellis played at KU together when Danny Manning made that run in '88.
Yeah.
The hell of a year.
That happened. Okay, Xavier Cooks, Winthrop, you're gone. Trayvon Blewett, Karam Cantor, Sean O'Mara, JP McCura, Xavier. Wow, again. But Xavier has loaded up big time.
They have.
They got
A lot of
Zach
grad
Hankins,
transfers.
Ferris State. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then no one's favorite bracket buster, Makai Mason from Yale. Good riddance again because you busted my bracket in 17? Yeah, 2017, right? When he beat Baylor by himself.
And isn't he transferring? He's a grad transfer.
No
right?
way, is he?
I thought he was a grad transfer.
Oh my God! If he's not gone, you might be right though. He might be a grad transfer.
I'm looking. I have the list
Okay.
pulled up.
Dude.
I don't see his name on here.
Okay, it better not. But Makai Mason, that dude single-handedly beat Baylor, who I had in my Final Four. A lot of people had him in their Final Four.
I remember that.
My God.
No, he did.
Where's he,
My God.
Where's he going?
Where?
Makai Mason is graduate transferred to Baylor.
Are you
Oh
serious?
my God. I remember that. Oh my God. I forgot because I posted that in the group and I said how ironic dude. That
Hold on.
is the irony of all ironies. I wouldn't even accept his application if I
Hold
were
on.
Baylor. No, for real. I remember this happening now.
You're right.
Oh my God. I could spend an hour on this. We have to move on. I'm so sorry. Makai Mason, I will not be buying a jersey or anything that has to do with you ever. So,
Yeah, he's playing next year too. That's
How could this happen, dude? Wow. All right.
Anyways.
Well, let's get to some in and out here. Let's talk guys who may be coming back, may not be coming back.
I sent you the list.
Okay.
It's
will,
in the
go look
chat.
for that then. Well, if you would like to start us off, Aaron, who are some guys that are kind of on the brink who are standing out to you, who you're not exactly sure? Who are guys you want to talk about? Let's just throw that out there.
Well, the workout warriors right now is I like to call them are hold on. Kevin Herter from Maryland for one. He's showing that he has legitimate 3-point range. He's sneakishly athletic. is a 6'7" two guard. He has the good size to be a two guard in the league. He's showing he can play. From what I'm hearing, though, he's coming back for another year. His other mate, Bruno Fernando, I looked it up the other day. I didn't know he was 6'9". That could hurt him, I think, because he's a back to the basket guy. He's freakishly athletic. He tore Roby a new one when he played us. I think he should come back, but knowing Maryland and their program history, it's kind of crappy to say, but they tend to lose guys more often than not. Like Justin Jackson, for example. He's not working out right now because he still has a shoulder injury. We'll see what happens with Bruno. From what I'm hearing, Kevin Herter's coming back, though.
What I would say is I would think that Herter and Fernando both need time and both need to come back. That's just my opinion.
Tyus Battle, your guy. Tyus Battle.
That's not my guy. That's Dan's guy.
That's Dan's guy. That's right. Yeah. He's from New York. That's right.
That's right.
He's doing okay from what I can tell. He twisted his ankle today from what I read. It's nothing serious, but he's doing okay from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing and what Dan was saying as well. He needs to come back for another year.
Yeah.
Azubike, you remember him, I'm sure.
Udoka Azubuike, yep. What up?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who can't shoot a free throw to save his life.
But he's totally gone, right?
Oh, he's definitely gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's more than likely gone. From what I'm.
Him and Newman are both gonna.
Yeah, Newman caught me off guard. I didn't see that coming.
Newman could have had Kansas all to himself next year, and the fact that he didn't want that, I mean,
I think that goes to show that he's not a guy that can carry a team. He doesn't think
he needs to be more of a
team.
Complimentary player. You think?
I think so.
Yeah. But Newman was supposed to be a guy who, Mississippi State gone 1 year, but he chose to transfer, which is, it just struck me as so weird that he would transfer, sit out a year, play a year for Kansas, come on hot at the end, and then just say, okay, I'm going to cash in, I mean, whatever works. But it just seemed weird.
He's doing what's best for him but at the same time, because he's cashing in on his stock is the highest it's been right now, by far.
It's the highest it is going to be.
Exactly.
I mean, he can't create his own shot. He's
a catch and shoot guy.
He's going to be running the one guard spot next year, and can't be running as a one guard if you can't create your own shot. He needed Graham and Mikhailuk.
Exactly, and yeah, I was shocked when I heard he declared and hired an agent. I was legitimately shocked. One guy that I am upset that is playing well. I'm hitting a lot of Big Ten because I follow a lot of the Big Ten, but Tony Carr is doing what Tony Carr does. He takes a lot of shots. He has a lot of turnovers, but there was one box score. It was like 6 for 22. He went 6 for 22, had 5 steals, 6 turnovers, and I think like 4 assists in one scrimmage.
And he went, 1 for 7 from 3?
Yeah.
So you would say he's hurting his stock then?
Yeah. He has the size. He has prototypical size for a 1 or 2 guard. What position he plays at the next level is remain to be seen because I'm not sure he can set up guys. I watched him I'm a big Tony Carr fan. I like his game. He can get buckets. That game against Ohio State, the first one, when he hit that half-court shot, and even the game against Nebraska, he hit the go-ahead to send it to overtime. He's a shot taker. He just needs to turn into a shot maker at times, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and that can happen in the NBA. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the right
staff. Sometimes those guys need time to develop, One guy I want to talk about is the most fascinating case, for me at least, because I followed this guy a lot, especially at the end of the season. Jonte Porter.
Yes.
I'm still surprised he declared.
He did hire
an agent yet, but
no,
he did.
He hasn't hired an agent, but no, he has not.
Right. I don't know. I'm hearing that he's probably going to go. I think he would benefit so much for one more year. But
if he stays another year, he's guaranteed top 10 pick.
See, that's the thing. He could come back and be.
He needs one
pick.
more year to develop. He needs one more year. And the thing is, and I know I showed you guys the link and I shared it to the page. Michael Porter was obviously the biggest deciding factor in what Jonte did.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, after the loss to Florida State, he thought about it. He realized he needed some more time to get back to 100% to work on his game, and he was going to announce that next day that he was going to return for his sophomore year. And then he came, talked to his dad, Michael Porter Sr., who's on the coaching staff, and he told him, maybe you should just think about going right now. And of course, he went for it. Jonte follows him. There we go. And the thing is, my dad is actually the one that sent me that article, and he was pretty pissed off about it, just saying, we hired his dad for nothing, and now he's running off and screwing us over and yada yada. And at the end of the day, though, he's doing what's best for his son.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I respect that.
And you had to know that Michael was going to leave. Jonte leaving is shocking to me, honestly. But
I just with how close they are, I think
know.
it was expected for me at least.
Well, they're not as close as the Martin twins, who haven't been separated since birth, I don't think. Let's talk Martin twins. I know you have some stats on them that you showed us earlier, Aaron. So
Let me pull that up. Hold on.
I want to get your temperature on. I think we're all in agreement that if they whatever they do, they're doing it together. It looks like I don't think if I remember right, the stats you sent me weren't the best from today. They're kind of hurting their stock from what I saw.
Both games combined, it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Caleb Martin, 40 minutes, 13 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 5 for 17 from the field.
Yeah,
Cody Martin, 42 minutes, 4 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 6 turnovers, 2 for 7. Now, they may not be looking for their own shot. They may be feeling it out. Mm-hmm. I think I told you before, I think they come back. I'm not seeing them on any projected board. I think the one thing to think about, though, I think Nevada, with the addition of that 5-star power forward, I think they'll need to cut a scholarship. And if they do, if all 3 decide to come back, they'll have to cut a scholarship. If only 2 decide to come back, they'll only need to cut. They won't need to cut any, because I think they're at 14 right now. If I'm not, I read it the other day. I just need to see if I can find it.
And the third you're talking about, refresh my memory. I'm blanking.
Caroline.
Yeah, Jordan Caroline. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I feel like, of all of them, I feel like Caroline would be most likely to stay in the draft.
Yeah.
But that's just from what I saw on tape. So
from what I'm feeling out, from what everyone's saying, they're hurting their stock a lot, and that hurts them because obviously they needed to play well in the combine in order to improve their stock so they could shoot up draft boards. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, I'm not seeing them on any projected lists.
Yeah, I would say right now they're probably coming back.
Yeah,
that's kind of the feeling I'm getting.
And with addition of Jordan Brown, that grad transfer they got, I forget his name. He was one of the top grad transfers in the nation. I think they added another transfer that they picked up from last year. Is finally eligible. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, they're going to be a top 10 team. If everyone comes back, they're going to be top 10, I think.
Trey Porter, Old Dominion.
That's who it is. Yes.
That's who they is. Yeah, yep. That's who they got. Nevada has a chance to be seriously dangerous next year if they get all those guys back, for sure. I want to get your opinion on now. Did Mo Wagner? He didn't hire an agent, did he?
He did.
He did. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
did.
Well, good riddance. Bye. We'll move on. No, thank you. No, thank you on Mo Wagner. I'm sorry, Dan.
I like Mo. But yeah.
I hate his face. I hate his face.
No, he has a very punchable face. I will admit that.
He does.
All I know is that
the most punchable face besides Tom Brady and John Elway.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, I said Elway.
We all agree on Brady.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And just know that dreams do come true. Sid from Toy Story is going to be in the NBA. Congratulations. All right. I'm trying to think of what other guys are on this list that I want to talk about.
Brian Bowen. I forgot about him.
He was the Louisville dude, right?
He was the Louisville dude. Went to South Carolina. I completely forgot about him. Let me see how he's playing. Because I saw him the other day. when I was watching it, I didn't see any stats, anything. Let me
Okay.
see how he
And
is playing.
some of the big names we aren't talking about right now, but they'll come up when we talk draft order and stuff like that. So let me see who else. Kanate, Sagaba Kanate.
Damn.
He's probably did he hire an agent?
No, he didn't.
I don't believe so.
He's probably gone though, right?
He's tearing it up.
Okay, yeah.
I saw a stat line 2012 and like 3 blocks. Yeah, he's gone. And
All right,
Ben
for sure.
can attest to that too.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And
From what
then,
I'm reading is Brian Bowen, he's not playing well at the combine, and he's in no man's land right now. He can't go back to the NCAA because of everything that happened,
right.
and he's not ready for the NBA. So
He might be a G League lifer.
He might be. Which
That's rough.
wasn't he a top 10 recruit coming out
He
of?
was. I'm pretty sure he was like very highly touted. If not top 10, he was right up there. So 5-star, I'm pretty sure.
He was. I'm looking at it right now. He's a 5-star. I just didn't know how high.
Yeah, I know he was big because he was almost a Michigan State guy. But,
I remember.
We talked with Drew about that, and then how Louisville comes out of nowhere. Big shock. Louisville comes out of nowhere, and we're all looking at each other like, "What the heck just happened?" And then it comes out, the whole scandal thing.
Oh, you know what happened.
We know what happened. Yeah, that's all we need to say about that. All right, cool. So
does anybody know why Justin Jackson is declared?
He stopped going to
Maryland?
classes.
Like
There's a guy in the group I talked to, Ethan Miller, I think. Justin Jackson basically stopped going to classes, from what I was able to read. He sat out.
So he's not going to amount to anything.
No,
because
he's
he
not.
has zero work ethic.
He's not. He
That's basically what you just told me.
yeah,
pretty much.
he sat out he played like 3 or 4 games in the year, and I could be wrong on him sitting out classes. I read that, and we'll see. But yeah, he only cares about himself from what I can tell.
I would not go anywhere near him.
No,
He really wasn't even that impressive to me when he was playing.
no, he wasn't. And
I mean, he has zero intensity.
it's like me and Alex were talking about earlier. He's a typical Maryland guy.
Yeah. I do want to touch on this real quick. You do think Carson Edwards coming back then?
Yeah, I'm 90% positive about that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
He's not projected.
I kind of thought he was
and
gone, but
Let me see his height. Because yeah, he's gonna have the team to himself next year. He has
5'10" and 3/4.
Yeah, he's come
without
back.
shoes.
He's come
6
back.
with. So yeah, you're probably right. It just kind of surprises me. So
No, he's a baller. I love Carson, but he's come back. I'm pretty sure about that.
so
He's never going to be a high-profile draft pick anyway.
No, he wouldn't.
He
I
might
just
as well
want to
live out his college days and
I do want to just say one thing here. If so, the guys that declared, the underclassmen declared, and didn't get combine invites, is the assumption that 90% of them are probably coming back or just going to be G League lifers?
I think that the new move is just going to be going for the G League now.
Yeah.
Normally
Yeah.
I would say, I think most of them would go back to school, but now I really am not confident in saying that. I think the G League's, going to start to take back a lot of those guys.
And they shot up the salary for the G League as well, didn't they? They added
did.
on to.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just surprises me. A lot of these guys. I'm going through this list of underclassmen here. You got guys like Shamori Pons from St. John's, a guy who could absolutely tear it up if he came back next year. I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't get an invite to the combine. I love Shamori Pons, one of my favorite players in college basketball. But I don't know if he's going to be drafted. And like a guy like that, would have. There's so many of these guys. They come back one more year. They give us another year of fun in college basketball, and they could turn into lottery picks. But a lot of them just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Want the quick cash.
Yeah.
No.
So
That's all it is.
that happens. All right. Well, Bragan, I know you have to head out soon. So Bragan has a date. He's not saving. I'm not going to make up an excuse for Bragan if he.
He has a hot date tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make up a reason why you're not here?
I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, good
what it is.
excuse.
But you heard the reasons I gave everyone else. That's not exciting.
I mean, it worked in high school.
There you go. Yeah. Bragan's going to play hooky for a little bit. So probably what's going to happen is I think we'll just go on with Aaron and I are going to discuss the draft, the mock draft stuff. Bragan, I do want to get your thoughts real quick on who you think is going to go number one, because there's been a lot of talk. Is it Ayton? Is it Doncic? I want your opinion on that from what you've heard.
I really think it's going to be one of the two local guys between Ayton and Bagley. You can't pass up on the homegrown talent, and I think that's what the Suns are going to try to do, because it's not only is it a good move for the roster, they need a big man centerpiece to work around, but it's going to get fans in the seats and it's going to get them excited and get everything moving forward.
And
so I would go with Ayton
that the
or Bagley.
Excitement would happen if they got a guy with Doncic that no one really knows. The casual fan doesn't know, at least.
Well, the thing with those guys is it's just such a gamble with the transition from playing in EuroLeague to playing in the NBA. And there's guys like Porzingis where it works out, but other times there's guys that will fizzle and don't last 3 years in the league. And it's just I will never fully trust taking a EuroLeaguer over a guy that we've actually seen against his peers in college.
Yeah, it's a shame that guys like what's his face that was with the Pistons, the guy in LeBron's draft that went second to the Pistons.
Yeah,
y'all know
that's the one. That's one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Darko.
Yes,
It's a shame guys like Darko have ruined that for the rest.
Ever since Milicic, everyone's been hesitant to touch international guys.
And everyone thought Porzingis was going to be an absolute bust, and then he turns into the next coming of Christ. So,
and it could be a new wave of it though.
It could be.
Yeah, Porzingis. Doncic could be turning it up. Really, it could just be how you have black quarterbacks taking over in the NFL now too. It could be that kind of thing because they had that stigma around them. But now that you got guys that are turning it up there. It could be the same thing in the NBA with the European guys.
Could be a new age. You never know. So, all right. Well, Bragan has to go on his date. Bragan, if you just want to end your recording and go ahead and send that to me, we'll make it work. So.
Awesome.
We're going to continue on here, but it was nice having you, and we'll continue on two-man show. So enjoy your date.
Yeah, don't have too much fun without me, guys.
All right, buddy.
Okay, then.
All right, cool. So let's carry on. I'm so glad I have Aaron here. He is my resident draft expert. If I have to pick one, I'm not picking favorites or anything. We all have our specialties, but Aaron, you are kind of the man when it comes to this. I want to get your input on number one. Do you think it's Ayton? Do you think it's Doncic?
I think.
Let me hear it.
So there's a couple things. One, Phoenix is talked about trading back. Now, one thing, I don't know if you saw it yesterday. Cat and Minnesota are having problems.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes.
Just so we are on the same page.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everyone else knows. They're going to be like, what's a cat and a Timberwolf? Go ahead.
Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves are in basically button heads right now. Him and Devin Booker were teammates. If I was Devin Booker and the Suns said, hey, we will only trade the number one pick for a star young player, basically, that is Cat. I would trade the number one pick for Cat. Now that's just crap shooting. If Phoenix keeps the pick, it's hard to say because Doncic's coach from the Slovenian national team is on that team. He's the head coach of Phoenix now. He needs that's Igor. That's his name, Igor.
Yep.
He needs somebody to run that offense. Luka can run that offense. Now, the other side to it, they have no center. They have Alex Len, who is okay. They have
he's been in the league for like 4 years and he really hasn't done much,
They have Allen Williams, who's a beast on the glass. I will say that. Dragon Bender. I have no clue how he's doing. I haven't heard anything about him. I'm guessing he's not doing well.
I heard that he's actually going to try out for Avatar, the last Airbender. I think he's going to be one of the characters in that. So
okay, that makes sense. He'll probably do better at that than he is right now. So
yeah.
Marquise Chris, he did well his rookie year. I don't know how he did last year. Granted,
he was supposed to be a big deal.
He was. Phoenix is not. None of the top teams are well ran. The only top team that's well ran is Dallas.
Right.
If I was Doncic, I would try to snake my way to Dallas because I told you my dad's from Dallas. I have connections out there. He would be a good fit with Rick Carlisle. He doesn't want to go to Sacramento at all.
Yeah, no one wants to go to Sacramento, dude. That's where careers go to die.
No, it is. They already have a good backcourt too. De'Aaron Fox and Bogdanovich, and they have Justin Jackson, who I really like. So they have a good nucleus going there.
All right, so let's say money on the line, gun to your head. Suns keep the pick. Who do you think they take?
Yeah, I went on a rant there.
It's all good. Hey, we don't have dates to get to. We could talk on this thing for 2 hours.
No,
People
you're
still
good.
Listen.
You're good. I'm thinking.
They
probably
tune out
Aiden.
right now.
Probably
Aiden. Okay.
I would. My gut says Aton because, like Braken said, he's a local guy. He'll bring in. He's a local guy. That's the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
My head says Doncic, but my gut says Aton, and I usually go with my gut.
I'm really leaning towards Doncic if Suns keep the pick because, from what I understand, Arizona is not necessarily a city or a town that cares about these homegrown guys. I know that's arguments being used a lot, but you have guys that Arizona's kind of like a floater town. And it's not like Ayton, played in Arizona. I mean, like grew up in Arizona. I don't know where.
That's the other side of it, and.
But it's not like Doncic did either. I mean, it's just it's one of those things. Like I think you take the better talent if you're Arizona, or I mean, if you're Phoenix.
Actually, I take that back. I say Doncic because I forgot they had a second first-round pick.
That's right.
I'm saying Doncic. They can get a center at 16.
Yeah, they do go at 16. So
they can get Mitchell Robinson. I haven't seen anything on him, but apparently he's good. Apparently. Jonte Porter, they could get their centers.
Jonte, oh my God, Jonte's projected first round.
He is.
This pains me, dude. It really pains me. I want to see Jonte back so bad, but he's probably good as gone,
Yeah, and you could see Robert Williams fall to 16.
Man, that'd be big.
Yeah, I say Doncic. They have options. They have options at 16. To get a big. They could take. Right. They have him taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which would be a good fit next to Devin Booker, actually. But I would say take the transcendent center, have the backcourt of D-Book and Shai. Shai is a great defender, so he would cover up Booker. One thing Aton needs to work on is his defense. He got blocks in college because he's more athletic than everyone else, basically. From what I was able to tell, he's taller, he's more athletic. And I could be wrong. There could be Arizona fans that are going to say, "Oh no, he didn't." But his defensive instincts are not that great.
Right. I mean, from what I saw of Ayton, I was super impressed by Ayton. He looks to be. I haven't seen a guy his size put up numbers like that offensively since Shaq.
No, he's the real deal. He's the real deal, and that's why it's hard to pass on him.
You just wonder if he can replicate that in the league, and I feel like he could. How can you bet against a guy like that? But I think ultimately, if I were running a team, I might lean towards Doncic because the dude's been playing pro basketball since he was like 14.
That's kind of that's the reason I switched.
Exactly. He's got a huge ceiling. So does Ayton. It feels like you almost can't go wrong with either of them. But,
no, you can't. My favorite prospect, personally, this is completely off topic, But
Go for it.
my favorite prospect is Bamba, Mo Bamba. I absolutely
You
love
like
that.
Mo Bamba?
I love Mo Bamba.
Okay.
I wanted Boston to get that top 5 pick and somehow steal Mo, but that's not going to happen. He's developing a 3-point shot, which is going to help his game tremendously. His wingspan is out of this world, 7'10".
Longest ever recorded at the draft combine, I'm pretty sure.
He is a freak of nature. And the one reason he's falling is because his motor is not the greatest. And that can be worked on. They have him going to Dallas right now, and I think that's the perfect fit. I think that's a perfect fit in Dallas.
I just wonder if he'll develop the offensive skills to be relevant in the league. Like I'm kind of worried about Bamba. I know you're high on him, but
yeah,
he's a heck of a rim protector, and he's going to be a pretty good defender.
And
but
if at the end of the day,
offensive skills.
At the end of the day, if he doesn't develop offense, you still have a really good rim protector, and who can start. Every team needs a rim protector. You don't see teams nowadays win NBA championships without a legitimate rim protector.
I love that I'm looking at this mock draft that we have pulled up.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that Trae Young is going
said that.
The Orlando Magic.
We said that.
You said that. I give you credit, man. That is because it would be the most Orlando Magic pick ever.
It would
ever.
Be.
Oh my God.
He's put on 10 pounds of muscle. I'll give him credit, but he's going to get eaten alive defensively.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing is, he's still a top 10 pick because you don't want to miss out on the next Steph Curry, and people are going to buy into that,
Oh, yeah. One guy I'm watching closely is Michael Porter. If he goes to the right team, he could be the best player in the draft because he was tearing it up in high school. He was tearing it. I watched some camps, and he beat everybody. He beat legitimately everybody. His game is kind of early to say it, but his game resembles a younger Kevin Durant, and that's kind of early to say, but at the same time, it really does.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm if healthy, that's the biggest thing with Michael Porter is can he stay healthy because the dude steps out on the court. And in his first game in college, I think 80 seconds in, injures his back. The
thing is, he injured that back his senior year. I read about it. You read the article too.
I know it was his second. It was the second time he had injured it, which is worrisome.
Yeah.
But if healthy, he could be the best in the draft. There's no doubt about it.
And he has to go to the right team with the right training staff, with just the right everything, because he's going to be – backs are tough to judge because on one hand you're going to – technology is a lot more advanced nowadays, but you look at cases where backs have ruined careers. Larry Bird, Steve Nash are the two that come to mind right away. Steve Nash fell off the face of the cliff because of his back. Larry Bird had to retire early because of his back. If Michael Porter is having back problems this early, it kind of raises concerns for me. If he can stay healthy, if his back is fine, if they did surgery well on his back, I would be glad to take him. Any team in the top 5 should take him if his back is fine. But it raises the concern that we don't know if his back is healthy.
Right. It shocks me that a guy with his caliber and hype has dropped to 7 in this particular mock we're looking at.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy,
and that's where most people
I don't know what's
going
to happen. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I do want to get your take on Bagley because let's bounce back 4 months, 5 months maybe. You have guys like Michael Wilbon on PTI saying every day, he Bulls fan, obviously. He's like, I want a tank. I want the Duke kid. I want the Duke kid. That's he would say that every day.
I can't stand Wilbon.
Well, I'm a huge PTI fan, so I watch that a lot. But,
I know. I watch them all the time too, but I can't stand Wilbon.
So, I mean, you have Bagley now at 4, which, I'm surprised. Michigan State fan, obviously, and me. I'm still surprised Jaren Jackson's ahead of him.
The
I
reason
wanna get your
Jaren
thought on
Jackson's
that.
ahead of him, the reason Jaren Jackson is ahead of him is because Jaren Jackson plays defense. The reason
true.
Bagley fell, defense is a legitimate theme in the NBA.
Mhm.
Teams are going to look at bigs and say, can you play defense? That's one reason. Where was Bender picked a couple years ago? He was picked at 4.
I know it was top 10, so
Yeah, he was picked at like 4 or 5. Why did Phoenix pick 2 power forwards? I still don't understand that. Anyways,
dumpster fire, man.
that's why that I said it the other day. Watch us debate Aton or Doncic, and Phoenix end up taking Trae Young. Just watch.
There's no way.
Just
if they,
just watch. Just watch
you know,
it happen.
there's no way because I think the Orlando Magic have they've already submitted their pick, and it's Trae Young. They're not even on the clock, and they have it written on a card. And then if he gets taken ahead, then they're just gonna be like, well, you know, we're just gonna let the time run out. You will see the first forfeited pick in NBA history. They're taking Trae
No,
Young.
the reason
and we are going to laugh. I can't wait.
Jaren Jackson has, I think he had the second longest wingspan. It was like 6'7", I think 6'8". No, it was 6'5" to 6'7". I'm not going to look it up. It was 6'5" to 6'7". He has a legitimate wingspan. He can stretch the floor. He's a legitimate rim protector. He won Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten as a freshman. And you have guys like Evan Taylor. Evan Taylor's my guy. When you said Evan Taylor, I cried.
Gotta go Nebraska, man.
You have guys like Evan Taylor. You have guys like
Isaac Haas.
Isaac Haas isn't a defender though.
Well, he's giant.
Yeah, Dakota Mathias is another one. You have guys like that who are legitimate defenders.
Mm-hmm.
And him as a freshman, he won Defensive Player of the Year. That speaks a lot.
Well, he can block everything that's thrown at him, you know?
He averaged 5 blocks a game. Holy crap.
I know. I know. He's a monster.
No, that's per 36, but still.
Still, yeah.
That's...
Yeah, we should probably switch that to per game.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm talking to myself. Go on.
Yeah, he's... The thing about Bagley, I want to like him, but there's a lot of concerns about him for me. His motor is out of this world. It's out of this world. There was a couple games, if I remember right. He got 20-20 games. Am I right in saying that?
He probably did. It feels like that's a thing.
I think he got at least 1 or 2 20 points and 20 rebound games. So his motor is out of this world. My concern is I don't know what position he'll play. They have projected here as a power forward, but can he guard the stretch bigs in today's league? Like the Draymond Greens, when Boston goes small, they put Jason Tatum at the 4. They'll put Gordon Hayward at the 4. When Cleveland goes small, they put Jeff Green. They put LeBron at the 4. My question is, he's a tweener. He doesn't have the size to be a center. He doesn't have the mobility to be a power forward. He can score the ball at will. Don't get me wrong. But teams look at defense and say, okay, who can you guard? Because look at Steph Curry right now. He's getting eaten alive by Chris Paul.
Right.
Eaten alive. That's the reason I would take Jaren Jackson before Bags. I would, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point when you throw the defense in there. I do want to just go over kind of the top 10 of what we're looking at. If you guys want to follow along with us, we should have said this off the top, but it's probably changed by the time you're listening to this. We're on tankathon.com, arguably the greatest website name I've ever heard. I love it. So let me just go over this mock top 10 we have. We got DeAndre Ayton going at 1 to Phoenix, Luka Doncic to the Kings at 2, Jaren Jackson to the Hawks at 3, Marvin Bagley to the Memphis Grizzlies at 4, Mo Bamba to the Mavs at 5, Trae Young, of course, to the Magic, which is going to happen. This is not even a speculation at this point.
Yeah, it's
going to happen. Michael Porter at 7 to the Bulls, Wendell Carter at 8 to the Cavs, Mikal Bridges 9 to the Knicks, and Miles Bridges at 10 to the 76ers. I want to know from you, there's one name that stands out to me. I want to know, of those top 10, or let's look at the guys below that. Who do you think could sneak into the top 10, or who do you think should be going higher right now?
Colin Sexton.
Me too. Thank you.
I love Colin Sexton.
Absolutely, dude. I think for my money, he's the best point guard in the draft.
He is. He plays with a Russell Westbrook intensity. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there is such a difference when he is on the court for Alabama this past season than
that 3-on-5 game when he played Minnesota.
Oh my God, dude. Never forget the 3-on-5 game. That will go down in history.
It will.
The fact that they outscored Minnesota, which, it really sucks that Minnesota dropped off the face of the earth this season.
Don't remind me.
I know, dude. I know. It hurt the Big Ten so bad, but
it hurt us because we beat them.
Right. Yeah. But that game will live on in lore, no matter how bad Minnesota ended up being. The fact that Colin Sexton put two other dudes on his back and just played 1-on-5 essentially.
Colin Sexton, I wasn't able to watch him a lot this year. From what I watched, I loved him. His 3-point shot is the one weakness, from what I know.
Yeah, he's much more of a drive to the hoop kind of guy, take charge. But we see that work in the NBA all the time with point guards.
Oh yeah,
that's
why I'm not concerned about him.
I would take him ahead of Trae Young any day.
Oh yeah, I would take, if I was the Cavs, I would take him. I would take him out. If I was the Cavs, I would take him. New York is moving Frank Ntilikina to the 2 because he grew like an inch apparently. He's like 6'5", 6'6". Him and Colin Sexton in the backcourt wouldn't be bad. I think New York should take Miles Bridges instead of Mikal because they need a drive.
New York needs everything though.
They do. They need literally everything.
But a guy like Mikal Bridges for New York would actually be good because he's kind of, I don't know, he's the kind of guy you want to start a franchise with.
No, you're right.
Because
I don't want to see Mikal Bridges in Philly. Keep Mikal in New York. I want to see Miles Bridges in Philly. That's fine. I'm good with that.
See, I would actually have it the other way around myself. But because Mikal Bridges, he's a guy that, can give you defense, and he can shoot the 3. He's a very complimentary player. He won't take over in the NBA, but he's a very complimentary player. I think his play style will fit wonderfully.
3-and-D.
And I could see him doing, big things in the league, So
I'm good with Miles Bridges because he can't really shoot, and I hate Philly.
He can when he wants to. Don't get that twisted.
You're a Michigan State fan. That's right. I forget.
well, here's the thing. Bridges, I was so glad he came back because he took so many ill-advised shots, and there were times when he just forgot he had teammates.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I was really happy that he came back. We'll see how he does in the NBA, but I hope he goes somewhere where he can develop and continue to grow. So
him and Philly might be scary because they have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, but at the same time, they need stretch floor guys with Ben Simmons to the point because Ben Simmons can't shoot outside the paint.
They got Simmons running the point now?
He ran the point in the Boston series. He's ran the point pretty much all year.
If you couldn't tell, I don't watch NBA playoffs.
No, you're good. You're good. He's the legitimate point guard for Philly. They started Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and then Joel Embiid. That was their starting lineup in the Boston series. And Boston made him shoot. I think he would be best suited the 4 because he could play out of the post. He could be a Draymond Green type guy, but a lot more talented. I don't know. The Ben Simmons at point guard experiment. I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's why I'm okay with Miles going to Philly.
Yeah. Let's drop down a little bit.
Yeah.
We've got some guys here in the 20s that intrigue me, which I think could be a little higher, some could be a little lower. Jalen Brunson, I'm glad he finally got into the first round because everyone thought that he was just going to be like a mid-second round guy that someone gets as a steal. Jalen Brunson should be higher. He needs more credit.
He does.
They have him at 23 right now.
Yeah, and him and Indy would be a good fit. I like him. He's a very intelligent player. I'm glad he's not going to San Antonio because him and San Antonio would be just that would be a. They would make him into an all-star, and
cheat code.
Pretty much.
He could go to San Antonio. This is not set in stone. So
shut up.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Brunson, obviously, there's people who don't like that you hit your ceiling or perceived ceiling in college. I don't know what's wrong with that. I think Jalen Brunson is going to be a great.
He's only 21.
player.
He has at least 12 years in the league. I mean, at least.
It's unfortunate that's old man. That's old man status when you're when you're entering the league.
Base Job is 22. I didn't know that.
Who it is?
Base Job.
Oh yeah, Kato Bates Diop. Yep. All right. Well, Shake Milton. I feel like he's a little high. I don't get it.
He's playing bad 19. At the combine right now. He's going to drop.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought too.
He's playing really bad at the combine. He can shoot the ball, but he's not playing well. So yeah, he's going to drop. One guy that's playing well, I keep telling you, but DiVincenzo's playing well. And
yeah, he is. He's probably going to rise. He's going 27 to Boston in this mock we're looking at. But do you think he jumps into the top 20, or maybe do you think there's any chance he gets a lottery pick?
The lottery pick is pushing it because you have guys like Lonnie Walker. He's a 3-and-D guy. He might have, and he's only 19, whereas DiVincenzo is 21.
Right. You're talking about the workout warriors, though. You think DiVincenzo is kind of the workout warrior of this year, then?
I think Kevin Huerter's the workout warrior. He's going to come back, but I think Kevin Huerter's the workout warrior. DiVincenzo is a workout warrior as well, but at the same time, I think a lot of it is because Nova's system. He was only used. His talents were only used so much in Nova's system. They only used him so much. The Michigan championship game was the first game he was able to show out.
Mm-hmm.
That was his career high, wasn't it? 31.
Yeah, it might have been.
I believe it was.
Yeah, I don't know. He heats up a lot. He
does.
Could have gotten higher, but still, heck of a game, man.
And he has legitimate two-way potential. He's a legitimate two-way guard. He's a legitimate combo guard. He can play either guard spot from what they're able to tell. He can pass. He can pass the ball. He can read defense. He has a 42-inch vertical. He had the highest standing vertical at 34.5. DiVincenzo. It wouldn't surprise me to see him go ahead of somebody like Anthony Simmons, who he was that IMG Academy kid.
He's the biggest unknown. That he's going 17 to the Bucks right now.
Well, him and Mitchell Robinson are unknown. I need to look them up. Mitchell Robinson was that kid who pulled his name out of college because his parents told him not to go or something. And
I don't recall.
No, he was a really good center. He was a 5-star center coming into the year, and I need to look him up again when I get off.
Well, one of these names. Okay,
go ahead.
Who the heck is Melvin Frazier? Tulane?
No.
Do you know this guy? No clue. I am so confused by this. I'm just going through this list. When's the last time a good player came out of Tulane and was projected to go first round?
Probably the last time Nebraska had a player go first round. There you
go.
That was Ty Lue.
That's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to go to the second round real quick because obviously this is where the magic made in the NBA. Everyone tunes out, but guys like us who are huge college basketball fans, we're gonna stick around. We're gonna send off our guys and wish them well. When they go in the second round and hope they actually make the league someday. But you guys like in the 40s, I see Javon Carter. I've been saying for a long time that I think Javon Carter is going to be a great NBA player.
No, he's one of the guys who's playing really well at the combine. His size is going to hurt him. Mm-hmm. He only measured in at 6. He measured at the combine at 6'1", 6 feet without shoes. So
yep.
His size will hurt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
A lot of people are comparing him to Marcus Smart, and
I could see that.
He's probably a better offensive player than Marcus Smart is right now, to be honest. And
I just feel like he's a guy that can kind of take over. I think he can turn into that. So
he's going to be that guy that is going to pick you up 96 feet out, and he's going to annoy the hell out of you. Just because he picks you up 96 feet and he's in your face the whole game. He's going to be a backup guard, but don't be surprised to see him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him make at least one all defensive team, because he's one of those guys who is just going to bug the hell out of people on defense. He's a scrapper. You saw him this year. He's all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you see Tony Carr
he's
there.
One of those guys that he fit Huggins' system so well, and I think he'll do good for himself in the league. Moving down a little bit, we got Mo Wagner at 44, going to DC again, where careers go to die. Nothing good ever comes of it, so I mean, we'll see.
That would be a nice fit, I think, but we'll see. Like you said,
I wanted to say Landry Shamet at 45. That surprises me. I feel like he should be higher.
I didn't watch Wichita State a lot this year, so that you're gonna have to touch on that.
I mean, he's just a guy who, he was kind of he was a leader for Wichita State. Grew into a role as a solid point guard. He grew up as a junior so quick. I can't believe he's already a junior.
And he got destroyed by John Elmore.
Oh God. I didn't really watch much of that game. I was working, and then all of a sudden I come back to the group and like everything's blown up, and I'm like, oh my God.
I was watching that game, and that was an insane game. John Elmore was pulling up from everywhere. That was an insane game.
Didn't John Elmore declare?
He declared, didn't hire an agent.
Well, he better not have. I mean, yeah, that was weird to see John Elmore declare. But hey, your stock's never going to be higher going to Marshall. So, Devontae Graham at 46, again, a guy who killed it in college. He's 23, so that's super old, man. That's AARP status as far as NBA draft goes. So that's why he's at 46. But he could have, a few. He could play 1 year, is what the NBA is saying.
Yeah,
he's a rental. No, but I mean, I think he's a guy that we loved in college. Most of us did. If you're neutral. If you hate Kansas, you didn't love him, but a guy that could make a big impact in the NBA, I see,
No, him and Frank Mason I like a lot. He's taller than Frank Mason, so I'm surprised to see him this low, because Frank Mason I think he went like 30-something. Granted, he could move up. I think Devontae Graham is playing pretty well at the Combine, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think I'm wrong about that. Anyways, yeah, Devontae Graham, he's going to be a solid six-man for some team. He's going to come in, get you buckets. One thing he needs to work on, I was watching the Combine. He needs to work on finishing around the rim. He has every step back. He can drain it from deep. But finishing around the rim, he tries to absorb the contact instead of adjusting to the shot blocker, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I think you touched on it with 6 men. I think that's a perfect role for him.
Oh yeah.
And it isn't. The funny thing is he's projected to go to the Rockets right now. Don't they have Lou Williams?
No, he's in.
Okay. Who knows?
I know this. I know this. Hold on. L.A. He's in L.A.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, you have the eternal 6 man, but
yeah.
No. I think Devontae Graham could be wonderful in that role.
Oh yeah, that's where he's gonna make his career.
Absolutely. Going down the list, I'm actually really happy. I see Shamori Pons going 52. I've already touched on it. I loved him in college.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see him on this list. I would love for him to be drafted. Just probably, that's the stamp that Chris Mullen will put on his resume someday is, hey, I got Shamori Pons to come to St. John's. I really feel like he'll be a tremendous player.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't watch a lot of St. John's this year, to be honest.
No, it's okay. But when you see, what shocked me is St. John's had such a good start to the year, and then they dropped off the map, and they have 2 of the best wins that anyone had in college basketball.
Yeah.
You beat Duke. Pretty sure was that neutral, or was it on St. John's Court? I forget. I think it was at home, but
I'm not sure. But
way.
anyways, yeah, they beat Duke, which is
and then
always
you go
hard.
to Villanova and beat Nova.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 in a row. Shamori Pons was huge in those games, and it just tremendous player. Sad to see him go. Wish him the best. Malik Newman at 53. We already talked about him. Surprising that he left. How do you think he's going to do in the NBA?
I don't know. He showed out at the end of the year. He built his confidence. He's a 5-star guard. In my opinion, he only cares about himself because he left Kansas to go to the pros. His stock is never higher. I get it, but at the same time,
I feel like it could be so much higher because
it could be.
Back, but
right now, you're projected second round. Why would you leave if you're projected second round?
Did he hire an agent?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Dumb.
Oh yeah. Another guy down here that I noticed hired an agent. Brandon McCoy. I just looked it up when we were talking. He was one of the top centers coming out, and I didn't know he hired an agent. That's weird to me. I don't know. UNLV doesn't usually put out good players like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about Brandon McCoy, so I
don't
can't
either.
touch on it. But
I don't either.
Well,
no, I just saw that.
Out,
I just saw him on there, and I saw he hired an agent. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's kind of strange. He's projected to go 57 to the Thunder right now.
Yeah.
You have Svi Mikhailuk at 59. I think he could be really good in the NBA. He's one of those.
He's 6'7". I didn't know that. Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's sneaky big. I feel like he could be a great small forward kind of guy. One of those guys that just sits on the 3-point line. You have a guy like maybe a Klay Thompson or something like that.
I see him as a Kyle Korver, Klay Thompson type guy. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about one of those guys that sits on the 3.
The thing about him is he's only 21.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He came. I was listening to the combine. Like I said, did you know he came to college at 16?
No.
Yeah, that's why he's only 20 and he's a senior.
How did he do that?
Great question. I've been meaning to look that up, but yeah, he came to college like 16 or 17.
That's nuts.
It is
because he made an impact in his freshman year. I watched Svi Mikhailuk for a long time, and just another one of those guys that stuffs the stat sheet, impresses when he needs to, comes up big when he needs to. Very clutch player. Another guy that I think could have a great career in the NBA as a supportive player, role player.
Yeah, he's playing well at the combine too. Don't be surprised to see him shoot up. Teams are noticing that he isn't just a catch and shoot guy. Just like DiVincenzo, just like Kevin Huerter. They're a lot of these guys. This is not permanent. A lot of these guys after the combine are going to change. People are going to pull out. Like Ethan Happ is listed at 54. 90% positive he's going to pull out.
He was kind of a surprising player to me. Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
You know who didn't pull out?
Stop.
All the Louisville recruits. No, savage joke. Anyway, so this is obviously going to change. I think this is a good rundown. Kind of accomplished what we wanted to, I guess. How would you say our first show went, Aaron?
I liked it. We touched what we needed to. We got I've been covering the transfers for the past however long. Some of the underclassmen that declared, most of the guys should come back that didn't get invited. Half of these guys that declared but didn't hire an agent or didn't get invited to the combine. Spellman's going to be one to watch. Apparently he's playing well. These are going to be interesting to watch. I think it went well. We covered what we needed to. My guys, from what I'm telling, James Palmer and Isaac Cope should come back, and that's great for us. A couple names to watch: Jonte Porter. Who's the other one I just said? Omari Spellman.
Yeah.
Hold on. Juwan Morgan declared? I didn't know that.
Who's Juwan Morgan?
Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
The power forward. He was like second team All Big Ten, I think.
There's so many guys to keep track of. While you're looking at that, I
Charles Matthews, too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to kind of close this out with, I should have had this as a disclaimer off the top, but obviously, if you haven't realized it, we're not experts. We don't know everything. I trust my mod squad. They do know quite a bit. I'm just kind of the man, driving the machine here. But Aaron, you've been killing it with the draft coverage. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And it's just we don't know everything. We're here to facilitate and create discussions for you guys, because that's ultimately what we are, is a discussion group. We do want to use this. We're going to post it online, not necessarily as a recruiting tool, but hey, we get our name out there. We grow the group even more. And this is something that we've kind of committed to. And we do want to do this during the season. We're going to have more in the off season too, I'm sure. But again, we'll have to figure out subject matter. Please give us ideas, feedback. That's kind of why we're doing this, is we want your opinions and feedback. If you listen this long, awesome. Thank you. You didn't give up hope on us. We appreciate it. And this has been a lot of fun. And I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
How long was it?
So,
hour and a half?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out in post, but something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long these are going to be in the future, but this should give you a good idea of what it is we're trying to do. Again, we welcome your feedback, and we appreciate you guys listening. Any final words, Aaron?
No, I think I'm upset Corey Sanders left.
Oh God, you and your Big Ten stuff.
I love.
I promise that we will have the other guys on here as they do, please, as schedules permit. It's a shame we couldn't have Ben on here or Dan on here. Those are likely to be the five of us that are on the regular rotation. I know Drew's very busy with fatherhood. And Chaz is busy with life as well. Hopefully they'll drop in. We'd love to have them. But this is kind of the stuff we're going for. Give us feedback. Let us know how we did. We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. And, let's do this again sometime, okay?
I'm game. I'm game.
All right, buddy. All right, we're out of here. See you guys later for the college basketball discussion group podcast, whatever we're calling it. We're out of here. Have a good one.
Have a good day.